What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates every single day on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. How low can we go? What are the areas to watch? We're going to talk about that today. Stick around for the whole video. It's going to be a short one. Obviously, it's a holiday weekend. I don't want to take up too much of your time, nor mine. Remember, there is a free Discord group in the description below the video. Check it out if you haven't already. It's a great community, and let's get on with it. All right, guys, as always, I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Disclaimer scrolling on about it. Make sure you read it and always remember this, in my opinion, not yours. All right, so looking at the Bitcoin news headlines, get a feel for the sentiment. As Bitcoin falls to two-week lows, small investors look to be buying the dip. Think there is only 21 million. Think again, and that's talking about you know, the leverage and all that. So there's a big argument about that stuff. But guys, trading is trading. It's been around for hundreds of years. That's what makes a market. Spiritual reflections on the Bitcoin halving. Stark Bitcoin warning issues a crash. Fears resurface as Bitcoin struggles. This tiny cryptocurrency has soared. Garbage. Early Bitcoin miner. Basically, mixed news. It's looking a little bearish, obviously, for the drop. Let's look at the fear and greed index. We're at 41. We dropped 2 points from yesterday, still in the fear. I still want to remind you guys, I've been watching this gap. It is only on the 4-hour chart. Now, I am not a firm believer that the gaps have to close, but I haven't found any that haven't on the 4-hour. There's another one at 76 now. But let's take a look where we might be headed. I have another reason we could go to this low. And again, I'm not saying we're going there. So let's look at the monthly. We have our trend lines here, 93.40 and 95.50. A monthly close above, and we got about 6 days left, I think, till the close. Above, or a close above the 93.40, bullish. Close in between, neutral, and a close below, bearish. The 55 EMA as of today is still lying around the 5380, 5400 range. As you guys know, that's been a target of mine for a while. If you guys want to support the channel, there's a link to inkyourimage.com down below. That's my wife's webpage. Appreciate all the support you guys have been giving us. You can put anything you want on any of this stuff. It doesn't have to be the crypto you see, any crypto, family pictures, whatever. All right, let's look at, there's also other affiliate links down there, hard wallet links and some other stuff, Brave browser, all that stuff helps the channel out. And you guys get discounts by using them. So let's look at the weekly. Get the RSI off of there real quick. And all right, so looking at the weekly, this looks pretty bearish. It looks like tweezer tops here on the weekly. We are still looking at that 8500, 8550. See if that'll hold as support. We were looking at this as a possible falling broadening wedge. I don't consider it that anymore. I think this invalidates it, but we'll still keep it there, and we'll actually move the target. Let's say we broke out this week, which I don't think will happen, but the target would then be at about 15,700. But again, this moved down now, guys. We've been watching this trend line. Let me zoom out so you can see it. Off of these wicks here, as you can see, if we broke this week, 10,340 would be the area to break. If we break above there, bullish. Until then, I am still bearish. As you can see what happens with tweezer tops, I'll show you another example. We had tweezer tops here, tweezer tops over here, and you see what happens after that. So again, guys, I'm pretty damn bearish here. We do have these trend line targets down here. If you guys haven't seen them, go back in prior videos. Like I said, I'm going to try to make this video quick. Let's look at the RSI on the weekly. And whoops. Another thing we have been watching, we were watching this falling channel, which we broke out of, came back down, and now we are struggling below it. If we close the weekly below this, guys, that's definitely bearish sign. Totally bearish if you ask me. And let's go into the daily. Let me get rid of the RSI for a minute. All right, so let's look at the EMAs here real quick. Turning bearish, turning over bearish. We did break out of our rising channel that we've been watching. We talked about it in yesterday's video around 88.50, 89. If we broke past that, obviously we were broke out. Now, if we're going back up to retest this on the daily, it'd be around 89.70. Let's say 9,000. If we break above 9,000 and close a 4 hour above 9,000, then we could be back inside this channel and this could be invalidated. But as far as I'm concerned, it is still valid. Let's take a measured move of breaking out of that channel, and that would get us right around the $6,600 range. I'm going to go ahead and put a target there. And I know there's a lot of targets on here, but those of you that watch the channel understand it. And if you don't, stick around, you will. Let's look at, oops, right there. All right. So that's the measured move target. I still have lower targets. I think we're going to go lower, in my opinion, if these supports do break. We had this marked yesterday, 86.28. We got a bounce almost perfectly off it. And I had said if we come down and hit that, if you guys watched yesterday's video, that we would most likely come back and retest this, the bottom of this rising channel that we fell out of before continuing down. So now if we break this, our next support's around, I'm going to get this one out of here. Next support is around 7,700. That has been major support and resistance for a very, very, very long time. So that's pretty important. I'm sure we would get a bounce here. Possibly bounce all the way back up, maybe get a bull trap and then continue down. But like I said, once this breaks, our next support would be at the 0.5 fib, about 69.50. And then our target, 6,600, right in there. It's actually, yeah, about 6,600 is where that lies. Now we have from the swing, let me show you. From the swing low to the swing high here, the Fibonacci retracements, that's what these white targets are. And then we have the 62.23, which is the 0.618. The golden pocket zone is between 6,050 and 6,200. And then we have 5,400, which I've had as a target for an extremely long time. Not to say it has to hit, but if we break, obviously if we break the golden pocket zone, that's where we're headed. And then the 0.786 retracements around 51.50. And then that gap, if you remember the beginning of the video, I showed you where the gap is. We're just going to do a quick 1-to-1 extension from this swing high right here to the swing low down here. Back up to the swing high over here, and boom, 1-to-1 extension is at 3,400. So this is my worst case scenario, guys, as of right now. Don't forget to hit the likes, leave your comments down below, let me know what you think of the videos. And if you guys are interested in trading, I'll leave a Prime XBT tutorial up here. Check it out. Just be careful. Leverage trading is extremely dangerous. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do super high leverage. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And you can use my promo code Savy50 to get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit up to 1 Bitcoin, and Savy25 to get you 25% off your trading fees. Now let's go into the 4 hour. Well, actually, we got to look at the RSI first. There's other exchange links down there that I use too. There's Dudex and Bybit. There's also links and bonuses for those for using my links below. So check them out if you can. And let's look at what's going on here. With this rising broadening wedge that we've talked about for a long time and said if it fell out of here, it would be bearish. That's what happened. Now the question is, do we come back up and retest it for resistance before coming down? And again, this is on the daily. That's possible. If we do, we could come back up into this range. One of the things we've been talking about on the channel is this rising broadening wedge, which we fell out of over here. We did not come back and quite test it yet. If we were to here, we would break that 10.5 range. So I don't think we're doing that if I'm right about heading down. But if we do, of course, break above that, what was it, 10,350 area, then I turn full bore bullish. Let's But that's what I'm looking at with the RSI. A possibility to come back up to test it, but it's looking less and less likely. 4 hour, let's look at the EMAs. They are rolling over, turning extremely bearish here. And it looks like our 8 EMA is looking to come down and cross the 200 EMA. And when that happens, that's usually pretty bearish. Let's look at the RSI, see if that tells us anything. Kinda. We had this trend line here off of these touches on the bottom. We broke through, broke back above. And as of right now, that's acting as resistance. Let's see if that holds and gives us our lower targets. Let's look at the candles here. This is a bearish engulfing candle. As you can see, the body's up with this body. Some say the body has to be over, but it doesn't. I don't believe, as long as the wicks engulf the whole candle before it, which it does. So that's a bearish candle, guys. That's why I believe we're going to continue to the downside here. But yeah, those are my targets. Like I said, a break of this 8,600. Let me move that a little bit. A break of this 8,600 is definite continuance down. Let's look at Litecoin on the 4 hour. Litecoin is getting rejected on the 4 hour by the 8 EMA at $43. Still looking bearish, just like Bitcoin. Obviously, we have a measured move of the drop out of this for around $30. One thing I want to explain on this, let's go back to the daily chart and show you that low. This low here would make a lot of sense. Anyone that longed here would have their stops just below. This would come down, grab a stop hunt, and go up. And if we look at Litecoin, that would match up with Litecoin. If Bitcoin went to that 34, again, not saying it is, but I would be looking for Litecoin going down to at least $22 range, which would pick up the stops from here. We look at Ethereum, same deal. We broke down. If Bitcoin broke down, Ethereum would go down too. Actually, I got it at 47, but it could be a little bit higher than that, somewhere in the 70s possibly. And again, this is a quick video. I'm not going into too much detail, but if we are able to break this $220 range for Ethereum, then I get bullish on Ethereum. Litecoin, the target would be, let's see, right at the top of this blue trend line, which is off of the wicks way over here, so you guys know what I'm looking at. And it's actually down a little bit. But that would be a break of the $47 range. I would be looking for the higher highs. But again, guys, still pretty damn bearish here. I don't have any reason to be bullish yet. And I will let you know if my mind changes. Ethereum, yeah, if we break the 220. But otherwise, guys, I'm looking for at least the golden pocket zone, 142. And Litecoin around $35. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry it was kind of all over the place. It is a holiday weekend, as you know. So don't forget to click the CryptoSavy logo above my head to get you subscribed. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. And hit the all after you hit the bell to make sure you get notified. Smash those likes. Leave your comments. I'm out.